It's Friday night. Winston Cup Aero 88 live at FSB Racing.com. Milt Minter Jr. along with Sean. Don't fear the Reaper, reap.
Oh, you had to go there, Milty. You just had to go there.
Okay, and somebody's calling me, so.
Yeah, we got chaos here too. And I'm losing my voice, so I'm gonna defer to Milt as much as possible tonight.
Ralph Minter, they used to call me in high school.
Yeah, I can believe it.
As we see on the screen here, we got the starting grid. Qualifying, and it's short track racing at its best. And you got the man there, the professor on pole. Second is Mark DeCinza. Third is Rick Biscroner. Fourth is Pops Margerson, always good on short tracks. And fifth, the youngster, Will Farmer. That's your top five. We're in happy hour now, getting ready for the big race.
And with 10 cars going tonight, we'll just round out our top 10 with Perry Bone in the 60. Ken Hansen, winner this season. Last time we broadcast, actually, right, Milt? Running that 9-car. Hard luck, Ryan Johnson looking to turn his season around in 8th. Bob Dixon, the winner last week while I was on a short vacation. He took the Michigan checkered flag last week. And then the elder farmer, Bill Farmer, in the 06. Rounds out our 10 cars on the grid. Oh, and yeah, we got Brian Lamb starting 14th in the 09 car. Dave Ellens officially 15th in the 115, and yeah, Den's not going to be running, so 3 of those aren't going to be here. So we got a 13 car field, lucky 13.
It's just a number. That's what they said about Apollo 13.
Yeah, look how well that turned out.
Yeah, they survived. The tail of the tape here. Let's take a look.
Yeah, this is the Nashville PWF, the short track built by the Project Wildfire people. And it's not the Nashville 1.5 miler that we run today.
Start them engines!
Start them engines!
Start them engines, how about that? How appropriate is that for Nashville?
Just over a half-mile oval. Pit road speed is 35 miles an hour. 18 degrees of banking.
Yeah, this is the short track, and you drop off of a cliff and then climb right back up it, going in and out of these corners. You can even see it here on the pace lap, how they're driving uphill out of there. It's a challenging track. I never got a handle on it. It is one of the few nights that I'm not itching to jump in there with them.
Yeah, you know,
pace cars
tire
off.
management is key here. How about Lamb and that Ferrari?
Yeah, I find it hard to name a track outside of Talladega and Daytona where tire management isn't key in this series. And we are green.
Close quarters and that inside line is working for Ken Hansen as he is fighting off the 60.
Meanwhile, Slim Jim is just shot out of the cannon.
Well, obviously, Slim is your favorite here. He definitely has this track figured out. Tire wear is huge here, you know, and over time, real easy to abuse that right front tire.
Yeah, with that aforementioned dropping off a cliff, it really loads up the right front. And then coming up the hill out of it, I can easily pop your rear tires loose. And the rocket has reeled him right back in, though.
these two, your favorites, almost every week. In fact, pretty much every week, a little downtime for them, not winning the last, you know, they were pretty much either one or the other was winning it every week. And that's definitely, you know, brought some excitement to this season.
Yeah. Our last broadcast race was a golden opportunity, I remember, from Mark DeCenza to pick up some points, and then things did not go well for him. So you see it, you know, so many times where, you know, the two drivers who are so closely linked seem to have the same luck at the same time, and they just can't seem to pull away or catch up to each other in the points. As Slim Jim Gately maintains a 17-point lead. I didn't get a chance to throw the graphic up before we rolled out. 17-point lead over Mark DeCenza coming into this race.
Will Farmer moved up 2 spots there, but now Pops is back on the attack. The old man is really driving it in there hard. And he's side by side. He's going to make that fast. Connor's going to try to take advantage of that also. Once you get on that outside lane, you're kind of a sitting duck. He will angle the corner in there very well to get back, get a good apex on the next corner. He's working that semi-outside line. Seems to be working for him okay, but we'll see how that goes over time. Pops right down at on the yellow line on exit. Pops is a big Bristol fan.
Yeah, he runs good on the short track. And looks like he's feeling it tonight. The young Will Farmer looking to surge back though.
Gets a little bit loose there, just like you said, coming up the hill there. When you got the front tires turned to the left, get on the gas there, get a little sideways. Yeah. Oh, and he pushes way high there and gives up the spot to Rick Bisconder in the STP, the Racer's Edge.
We see our leaders continue to just check out on this group. Already a 4.5 second lead. 5 seconds now.
They are machines.
Man, this infighting back here for the rest of the top 5 is not helping their case of sticking with them.
Hansen, he's more of a, he likes the cookie cutters by his own admission. He's not a big fan of short tracks, but he's been working on, especially with these fixed setups, but these fixed setups have gotten more racy over the years. They're not stock fixed setups. They're, you know, definitely made by the guys leading the race right now, so they turn. It's just that smooth rhythm.
I'm not much of a short track guy myself, although Bristol is my absolute favorite track. You can go figure on that. But
Will
Farmer's
losing
some
really,
speed.
Yeah, he's getting tight and overdriving the corners.
Oh, what a
Pops
save by
stabs the
Pops.
brakes. Good move by
Yeah, Ken Hansen backed out of that to keep from turning that into something big. And of course, Ryan Johnson's always on his toes too. Good moves by everybody there to keep that from turning into a situation.
Well, you know, I always liked driving short tracks until it came to the race, and then I realized, you know, throughout the years, even my championship years in Pro Cup and the other series, I really struggled. And what I did was I went to Slim Jim Gately and said, "Hey, buddy, can you work with me? We do a test, do test sessions, and you get in my car and see what I'm doing wrong, and basically it was just over attacking the corners, not setting up the car to roll through the corner with smoothness, and apexing, getting the car to turn on apex." He's like, "Man, you're a hell of a road racer. You'd be a good short track driver, but I think you're just charging them corners too hard,
You'd think it, because both disciplines, require a fair bit of use of that funny pedal in the middle. But they are very different. A road course, you're very rarely making a full 180 turn like you are on a short track. Most of them are, between, I don't know, 50 and 90 degrees, right? So they lend themselves to the attack, like you said. You attack them, you get in there hard on the brakes and power out, or sometimes it's not so important. The corner you're going into is not so important as the next one, so you sacrifice a little speed in the first one to be fast in the second, in a left-right combo or something. It is a very different discipline, even though you're using the same feet to do it. And yeah, short track racing, something I've struggled with. It's just like you said, sometimes it's just, you gotta slow down to go fast. It's all about the smoothness.
Exactly.
Keep those tires under you. Don't jump on that throttle. Treat it like you got an egg under your foot. Yeah, that's one of the reasons they say Rusty Wallace was so good on the short tracks. The rumor had it he had 3 feet, one on each pedal, using the clutch as sort of a traction control coming off.
Well, and back in the day of these cars, I mean, they weren't like cars of today, where they're much easier to drive.
These are a bit heavier. I think they were longer in the wheelbase, and yeah, obviously not as low to the ground. Although aero is not as big a deal here. And was this the first year? Was this the first year or the last of bias plies, or the last year of radials, or other way around?
Oh, Slim scrapes the wall just a bad bit. Looks like he's downshifting, and he's just so smooth. He's just walking away from the 6.
I can tell you, Slim definitely made this setup, because I don't think we had one in the Winston Cup repertoire here, and he would not set it up to shift. Slim is opposed to shifting on ovals if at all possible. So it probably just looks like it. Sometimes the game decides, oh, that guy slowed down so much, he must be shifting. As I was saying, I can't remember, was this the last year of bias ply or the first year of radials, or was that the next year?
Yeah, you got me.
And it was around this time that they switched over. Maybe it was 90. I know Earnhardt won the first race on radials. Surprise.
Whole straightaway lead for Slim, and he's definitely staying in 4th gear.
Ken Hansen has moved himself into 4th place, and Rick Bisconer has pulled out a bit on this. Can't really call it a pack, this second group. So he's comfortably established himself in 3rd place, and quietly at that. Hardly called his name yet, but he's running well.
Well, Ken wants to get that podium spot. I mean, he has no delusions of grandeur. Of course, he'd like to win, and he's definitely capable of it. But it's looking like on the long run, he's looking very stout here. But he's got another Ford coming up on him, and that's the venerable one, Pops Marguson. For years, Pops' son, Toby, ran in the league. Then started making lots of babies and had to go to work and support him. So he's definitely been, he still misses racing. Like a lot of us, life gets in the way sometimes. But him and Pops talk a lot about the racing, and he hopes someday to get back on the track.
That would be awesome. That would be our... If he was running here today, we'd have her... Well, actually, now Isaac has stopped racing. Never mind. But maybe at some point we could get 3 father and son combos, is what I was trying to get at there. Isaac Johnson, champion of everything, has only recently stopped racing to go concentrate on being the college student that he is about to be.
Back in the field there, a nice run by the 143 of Bob Dixon, starting to make hay on Brian Johnson, Brothers Body and Paint car, and Bob's starting to show what he can do.
Meanwhile, Brian Lamb's in serious danger of going a lap down here, as they're in the same turn. Yeah, him and Slim. You saw them in the picture together there.
Well, the Commendatore is rolling over in his grave right now, sitting on his chair reading the Italian papers, wondering what's going on here.
I tell you what, we are eventually going to get to Riverside, and we're talking about road course racers. This man right here in the 09 is a hell of a road course racer. He has scored victories in the GTP, in the Road Rage Trans Am. He's won some stock car races too, but he is really good on the road courses, better than he gives himself credit for. So he's going to be one to watch when we get there.
And I'm hoping, you know, I mean, right now my work schedule is crazy, and my racing schedule is crazy, but I sure would love to run that race. I'd love to bring the Trojan Condom Chevrolet out of mothballs and see what I could do against these great drivers. So we'll stay tuned and see what happens. If I get a chance to get home and get a few laps of practice, I'll broadcast and race the race.
Heck yeah. You know, there's also a revamped version of Riverside under construction right now by the track builder John Norton. I follow him, so I follow his progress on Facebook there. And he started out to just retexture it, then he realized some of the elevations were all wrong in the version we've been using, so he's redone it from scratch. He's the one who did a Ontario Speedway I'm going to see about getting us to run. He did the modernized Nazareth that we run. But anyway, someone posted a picture of testing on it. You know, they were testing the track for him. And can you guess what car they were using? Give you a hint, it was number 0.
Porsche 917?
Well, it was painted with your dad's name on the side.
Wow.
I was like, oh my god, I wish Milt was part of this group, I'd tag him.
Well, yeah, I mean, he drove the 917, the 906, the 904, drove the T33 Alpha there, drove his bug-eyed Sprite there. I mean, growing up as a kid, I remember standing right next to the wall and watching the cars come out of turn 9. Back then, they didn't have a wall going around, and they would hit the dirt coming out of turn 9, and then come straight at you, and you could stand right at the pit wall, especially, you know, not during the race, but practice. I mean, it was completely unsafe. I mean,
yeah, I've watched film of that.
They would take the 906 and bolt a bead in it and put a helmet on you, and I was 11 years old. I couldn't even see over the dash. I got thrown around inside that car. You know, it was crazy.
And nothing about that track looked safe.
Oh, Lamb up against the wall, little trying to give room for Slim. Slim's got to carefully pick his way through here. Obviously, he's got a lead, so he's going to take it easy.
What's happened to Mark DeSenza? DeSenza has just dropped back. In fact, he's almost into the clutches of Rick Visconer at this point. If I'm reading that right.
It's becoming an issue, and, you know, didn't get time to talk to the drivers how far they could go on fuel, but now, if you're going to split it up, 50 would be your magic number.
Yeah, where the leaders initially had pulled out to more than an 8-second lead on the second group. Mark Desenza has fallen to 7 seconds back of leader Slim Jim Gately here, and he is within 3 seconds, or 4 seconds rather, of Rick Bisconer. So yeah, big fall off for DeRocket.
Well, these are pro sim racers, and they're very good. It's not that they're bad, it just shows you how good Slim Jim Gately is. As a short track driver, he just manages his car so well. It just really, you know, like the great Kevin Lewis, Damian Gottstilla back in the day, there just aren't those drivers as Will Farmer falling back as his dad passes him and gives a little wave. Hey, son, Dad still got some skills. And Will's really struggling. I'm sure he's used up that right front.
Well, we're going to ride with Slim Jim as he works on... You know, I'm watching over my right shoulder, watching Mark Slim
Jim Gately in the number 23 Slim Jim car. Step yourself into a Slim Jim. Just showing the prowess. Definitely the tire wear. Best lap 19.9. You know, now 7/10 behind at 26.88. Of course, he is dealing with traffic, so.
Yeah, meanwhile, Mark Desenza is only fallen off by a little less than a second from his best to his current, but it's a lot. I mean, we've done 55 laps out of 200. Yeah, at that distance, on a short track, I'm wondering how many stops it's going to take. Is this going to be a 1 or a 2 stop race?
They could probably push it a ways. It's a question of tires. Nothing on the scanner yet. Just see that smoothness watching him in car. Just.
Well, for what it's worth, because I didn't run any laps, but for what it's worth, when I look in the garage, it says 84 laps. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, you could also break it into about 66. That would take you to 132.
Yeah, meanwhile, Desenza in. Desenza in. Look at that.
Mark Desenza in the pits.
So he is, yeah, he's looking to do this in 3 stops, really. That's what he's going to do.
Well, he's played his hand right now. You know he's going to come out charging and being under the 20-second mark. And Slim running this lap would be 20.768. How long does he want to stay out there? He's got a little bit of lead, so I would say he's probably going to try to use it up and get to about lap 66. But let's take a look. Hearing some on the scanners. Ken Hansen pitting. 9. They're going for 3 stops, but or maybe a short stop or hoping for a caution.
Yeah.
Will Farmer exiting pit road. His tires were done, so. You're going to see a mixture of faster and slower cars now, which tends to happen on these short tracks. These guys that are staying out go on the lead lap hoping for a caution. Now these guys that have pitted are a couple laps down from them. Still nothing from Slim Jim Gately.
Meanwhile, we'll switch to... Will Farmer around. That has got to bring out the caution, and it has. And this
is out, and that works well for Slim, as he was pushing it to about 66, 67.
Perry Bond spinning across the line. He was probably... Oh, what is going on?
He was a little confused there, I think, and Slim was slowing down at the line.
I think maybe Slim was trying to give him a lap back. But meanwhile, Bill Farmer and Mark DeCenza also tangled across the line. We just had chaos all over the track, folks. I have no idea what just happened.
Action, baby. And that changes things up here. Let's see if we can take a look at some of that stuff.
Yeah, this changes everything, as I said. Looks like Perry Bond is the first one a lap down. So he's gonna be our lucky dog. Free pass, whatever terminology you prefer. Mark DeCenza is trapped 2 laps down.
Bark like a dog for me.
Yeah, Mark DeCenza really did not want to see that caution with the strategy he was playing. So yeah, this really played into Slim's hand. This played into Rick Bisconer's hand, as he was showing speed.
Marston, I think he ran over the air hose there, had to back it up a little bit. But being that he stayed out, he should be good to go with a nice position here. And right at the one more stop marker, they should be able to go with one more stop if it stays green.
That is true. We've got 133 to go.
Well, now these guys that pitted, they ran a few laps. They're forced to pretty much come in and get tires.
Yeah, they don't have much choice.
That's so deflating. That's short track racing too. It's you're just a little bit off, you can suddenly find yourself in the weeds.
Meanwhile, we got Bill Farmer staying out to get... I mean, he's 3 laps down, so... don't know what he's playing at here.
Perry Bond, I don't know if they did much work on it. It was a pretty slow hit for him, so...
Yeah, I don't think any of those hits were damaging coming to the caution. I think there was just a lot of confusion going on.
And that's good for him, because he did not pit. He should... Well, we'll have to see how this sorts out. It's crazy. Mark Spotter's telling him, you know, I'm working up here. You're supposed to get him out of the way, Earl. Come on. Wow, this is a coagulation here. Slim did, you know, what a good leader should do, and someone that's just walking away with the race is stay out as long as you can.
And meanwhile, we got the replay here for what happened with Will Farmer. You'll see he was just ahead of Mark DeCenza on those fresh tires, and just got loose going into one.
Well, that's your mentality.
Just a slow loop there, and didn't hit anything. You know, follow Mark around.
Looks like he was coming up on the car in front of him. I can't see which car that was, and got a little spooked there, I think.
Oh, and I see what happened now with Bill Farmer and Mark DeCenza. It seems that they reacted to the spinning car of Perry Bond.
06 on 06. Obviously, Mark didn't want to do that.
You'll see there on the bottom, there's a spinning car of Perry Bond. And they were trying to avoid that. That's how they made contact. I don't think anybody in that exchange took any damage, so they should all be good. And we're about to go back to racing.
Pull them fenders out, boy. Welcome to Nashville, son.
Yeah, so we've got half the field lap down, half of it on the lead lap again. Boy, Mark shot out of the cannon this time.
And Ken Hansen 2 laps down.
Yeah, those two were really hurt by that caution flag and pitting when they did.
So they're going to go crazy here and try to get it back old school way.
Looks like Rick Bisconer's looking for the lead, too. He wisely backed out of making that 3 wide, though. Ryan Johnson right back in it. He's looking to make a move for second on Bisconer after that pass didn't work.
Excuse me, slingshot that. You shot out of a cannon right there. Remember me, I'm in the lead. Like they were all dragging anchors there.
Yeah, he's just going to let DeCenza take off like the rocket he is. Because if Mark burns his tires up, Slim's just going to put him right back 3 laps down. Or 2 laps down, rather. And be back in control.
Ken Hansen is feeling desperate and trying to get around Bisconer. Bisconer's sitting in P2, so...
Ryan Johnson's P2 right now. Bisconer's 3.
Sorry.
Ryan's looking to pick his way around lap traffic.
Not a bad idea. You know, since Rick has been here, he's just been just a smart student of the sim, and has become, you know, a world-class pro driver because of it. And part of that is knowing when to hold him and knowing when to fold him. And he just got back there, and he could still see Ryan up there.
Now you're just making a Kenny Rogers reference because we're in Nashville.
Absolutely. You got to know when to hold them.
Yeah, but I can't
I'm not going to sing anymore.
Yeah, and I can't do Islands in the Stream with you because I can't hit Dolly Parton's register right now.
That's my Smokey and the Bandit laugh right there. The first thing I'm going to do when I get home, Junior, is punch your mama right in the mouth.
Ah, yes, when domestic violence was funny.
Pops wants to get around 8th place, a lap down Bill Farmer, but these guys, you know, I mean, you got to race hard. You never know what's going to happen. You want to be that car that gets the lucky dog.
Well, right now, Brian Lamb is in the lucky dog spot. And yeah, Ken Hansen's still 2 down.
Bob Dixon. What a great run. Saved his tires. Didn't get frustrated with falling back a little and was actually moving up. Oh, Perry Bond slides in hard. It's really close to Bob there, a little sideways, but no contact. Perry in that Goodyear Buick is wanting to get to going here. Now, I've downloaded the car several times. I still don't see the 143 of Bob Dixon's.
Yeah, I don't have the 143 and I don't have Perry Bonds. He's also in a default. I believe the set that you have is the defaults that replaced it with like Vons and Goodyear and Coca-Cola. Yeah, I just have the stock, so he's just a blue 60 to me.
people are like talking about.
Now I remember from watching you and Greg do the broadcast, you had that set that was created, but they were put on the wrong bodies.
Got 4 people watching right now. Hello, and
Hello, hello.
of course this will be rebroadcast. Guys will be watching. A lot of these guys like to watch it Saturday morning coffee, and hope they get to hear their name. You know, which is
Sweet.
why
Speaking
we
of
do
that, we got a blast from the past in that chat. I hadn't looked in a minute. Dog, John Palmer watching. How you doing there, dog? And
Oh, no kidding.
he provided an answer to that trivia question I posed earlier, as he was able to Google it. I didn't have the chance to tab away. He says that the first radial tire race was in fact won by Dale Earnhardt at North Wilkesboro in 1989. So yes, I was right. This is the last year on the bias plies. So the very next year they ran radials, and the first one was at North Wilkesboro. That's another track we've got to get up on this Friday night series. I'm sure Slim would approve of that.
Darn it, man.
That's a great old track, and it is just sitting there rotting right now, which is just a damn shame.
Yeah, you know, it's like Riverside for me. It's just heartbreaking, you know. I mean, it's a shopping mall that ended up falling on its face from what I hear from so Brian Lamb was telling me. He lives down south.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's that
Cali,
shopping mall
you know?
boom of the 80s, and now a lot of them are ghost towns in a lot of places. Because the malls have been killed by online shopping worse than the big box stores. In fact, the big box store wasn't even a thing when the malls were booming. It's funny how it all repeats like that. Yeah, Flemington Speedway here in New Jersey. It's a Walmart. A Walmart and a Lowe's. Yeah, I was down in Flemington, and Shannon wanted me to check the Walmart down there, and try and find something that we couldn't find in Target, up closer to where we live, and I checked it, and I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me, when I saw where it was. You want me to not only go into a Walmart, but the one that used to be Flemington Speedway? But
Yeah,
I did it.
like,
I did it, and I found what we were looking for, so... Oh well.
Brian Lamb letting Rick Bisconner P3 by. Brian's not giving up and sporting a nice 7th place right now. Not, you know, trudging along, so...
Yeah, he's, like I said, he's sitting there in that dog position.
Boy, he gets sideways right there. Woo! That Ferrari was opposite lock. Nice save. You know, you talking about his road racing skills. He just showed you them right there. That baby was turning right. He was turning right while I was turning left. Bob Dixon still talking that the venerable one, the master, Trans Am champion, former Winston Cup champion, Pops Marguson.
Let's see if we can get this save for Lamb up here. A little replay as he was running in the tire tracks of Rick Bisconner there. Just hold on to that lucky dog spot.
Gotta see that, folks. That slagways is Darrell Walters.
Oh yeah, that was definitely sawing out the wheel there, swatting flies. But he held it, and continues to be in the catbird seat.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, as
That's
predicted,
as a dog's hind leg right there.
as predicted, Mark DeCenza has used his tires up, and here comes Slim to put him back down. Yeah, Will Farmer on pit road.
35 agonizing mile an hour. The 2 car has just been using up tires like they were free, and come at me, bro, and he's out of the race.
Interesting.
Don't know if he was a little disgusted there or if life came up. You never know with sim racing, but
yeah, sometimes these short tracks, they're tough.
That's too bad.
It's funny, we work things kind of backwards here as sim racers compared to how the real racers move through the ranks. You know, when people are new to this, you know, they usually hop into the Daytona and Talladega because it's so much easier to drive in the sim than a short track is. You know, we get used to that, and then we move. Then we get a little better at the 1.5 milers and the 2 milers, and you struggle at the short tracks. Whereas
I
the
would
real guys,
totally agree with that.
the
100%.
real guys come up through the short tracks, so you know it's second nature to them. They all look forward to hitting Martinsville and Richmond, and they have to earn their stripes to hit the big tracks. So maybe just get some more short track laps under his belt there, and I think we'll be watching him make some good runs at these tracks any day now. I know I took years and years to get any
left your channel.
semblance of a clue how to drive Martinsville. In fact, I can only do it in the trucks. I'm just junk there in a
User was
Cup
moved
car.
to your channel. User joined your channel.
Yeah, we have young Will Farmer, recently retired from the race, up here in the booth. What's going on, Will? What happened there?
Well, I spun out first, brought out the first caution, and then which ruined my tires from the pit, that I just did, and then so I had to go pitting again, and then I don't know, I was just loose all night. I guess I'm a rookie,
We were just talking about that. The short tracks are tough on the rookies, and
yes.
Yeah, it was a little too hard on me tonight, but
hey, you got the seat time. This is not an easy track. This is not amongst my favorites. You're probably thrown by... Yeah, these guys are good. Slim is in another league right now. But dropping off the table into the corners and then coming uphill out of them, it's a funky track.
yeah, well, I don't know, I guess I wasn't ready for it this week, but I'll get it next week for sure.
Heck yeah, that's the attitude to take, man. And yeah, don't feel bad about not having a good night tonight, because a lot of people struggling to keep up with that red car.
700 of them in this league in my career.
Yeah, well, I wanted to get off the track because I mean my tires were like I got loose a couple times after the second pit stop, and then my tires were my right front was already down to yellow, so I just wanted to get off because I felt like I was gonna spin again or I would have to pit again. So it's alright though.
It's hard because it's that knowing when to let off, and you're like going over a hump and then coming down into the corner. And if you miss your apex point,
Yeah, definitely. You're just done.
You just
and then
grind that right front tire, which definitely looked like what you were doing. You were just about half a car length off where you wanted to be.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was. I was getting some turns right and some turns wasn't, but I mean, with the caliber of these guys, you got to get every turn perfect, and I just wasn't doing that tonight. But
well, we appreciate you coming up in the booth, and you had a great season so far, and really showed us a lot, maturity and skill also. So we appreciate that. Hope to see you next week, man.
Yeah, next week you're gonna have a bit of an easier time of it because we're running Talladega.
Oh, okay, there we go.
So Lady Luck might not be your friend, but you certainly don't have to worry about tire wear.
True that.
Oh, we got Perry Bond around in 1 and 2, right in front of the leader. Oh, Slim just missed that, as well as Will Farmer's dad, Bill Farmer.
Caution is out.
Yeah, caution back out on the speedway. Brian Lamb, your lucky dog, and Bill Farmer lucks out and not going down 2 laps.
Yeah, how about your dad, man? He's running well, and I seen him wave at you when he passed you. Probably something you guys will be talking about around Thanksgiving or something.
Yep. He's getting back into it, and he's doing pretty good. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna head off for the night, guys.
All right.
Thank you
buddy.
guys for keeping the broadcast up.
All right, thanks for joining us, Will, and keep up the work, good work, and have a good
Watch
summer.
your podcast.
Yep, thank you. See you guys.
Yep. Yeah.
User disconnected from your
Yeah,
channel.
Will Farmer's still a high school student, and New
Very
Jersey
young
schools
man.
are off
Nice
right
young
now.
man.
My kids just finished up on Tuesday.
Heck, when I started racing here 15 years ago, I was, in my 30s, and I wasn't that mature. In fact, I was very immature. I learned a lot about behaving and, dealing with real life from sim racing, and friendships you make. And so, watching his maturity, how he behaves and follows the rules and everything, and has fun with it. And that's
Absolutely.
very encouraging.
Yeah, I got Perry Bond's spin up here in the 60 car. Let's go live, see what happened there. And the near misses. So he just got into turn 1, and just like we've seen a couple times tonight already, just got loose under braking. And around it went right in the middle of the track. Bill Farmer goes high, Slim goes low, and they split them. And then, just to show you what a sportsman our admin is.
He stays on the brake.
But look at this. Slim Jim Gately, series admin, running away with this race. He lets not only Bill Farmer go, but Mark DeSenza go to get one of his laps back, and in a better position to get that lucky dog later. So that tells you all I need to know about Slim right there.
Absolutely. And, sometimes giving a lap back is a split-second decision that sometimes could cause problems, but that was his years of experience knowing that he could do it without causing problems to the rest of the field or to himself. And
Absolutely. I was on the receiving end of one of those that did not go well once. I was running about 3rd or 4th, and a former member here tried to do the sportsmanlike thing and let someone get a lap back at Boston, and it caused a big old pile up because
so who
nobody
got
else
the
was
lucky
expecting
dog
it.
here?
Yeah, we didn't have the lucky dog at the time.
So who got the lucky dog this time?
Oh, it's Lamb. Lamb should be the lucky dog.
Ferrari, Scuderia. All the Ferrari flags are waving now.
Yeah, looks
Looks
like Lamb
a good
has.
time for me to get an ice cold Budweiser, as Harry Carey used to say. Ice cold Budweiser, the king of beers.
It's not just for breakfast anymore.
This is for breakfast. How about those cubbies? I'll be right back.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Milt is one of a kind. Meanwhile, our pace car lights are out on the Chevrolet Corvette pace car, as we have Mark DeSenza leading that line of lap down cars, now just 2 laps down. If he pulls out to a Jackrabbit start again, like last time, he will be back to 1 lap down and in position to possibly catch a lucky dog later. We are 116 laps into this 200 lap affair. Means we're still probably going to have a pit stop, as we saw cars go about 60 laps before. Not sure if Brian Lamb's lined up in the right spot, though.
Bob Dixon up to 3rd place. What a stellar drive. Obviously, staying his first rodeo, and he's getting into the flow of things here at FSB. Dude can roll. There's plenty of room to the 60 car Perry Bond.
Alright, now I'm going to take a short break and leave the side-by-side up. It's all yours, Milty.
Alrighty. this time, Ryan Johnson trying to stay up with the 23. Got the 6 car trying to get another lap back here. Out front is, once again, Slim doing the gentlemanly thing and letting him get out in front. He knows he can push for a while, but this is going to slow him down a little bit. Possibly. Now, Slim's going to run his pace, so he knows that Mark's going to be pushing hard. So, let's see what Ryan Johnson can do. The proud papa of multi-champion Isaac Johnson, also now college student. You know, so one of these days you're going to see Isaac like either in a race car or working for a race team. He loves racing, and he's brainiac, and you know, he's working on the engineer aspect of things here, which you know, it's just a great thing. You know, for years they've been doing go-kart racing, and Ryan has been taking him to the track, a whole family deal, along with Don the Dog Palmer. They invited him. They live in the area there. Just some great stuff. I'd like to say hi to Dog, and I miss you, buddy. You know, I got a different phone number now, but get a hold of me through FSB. I'd love to talk to you. But going back here. Bob Dixon with that great run in third, but got Pops on his tail. I wish I could remember how old Pops is, but I've been gone, and you know, I'm terrible with names and numbers, you know, unless it's like tile layouts. What I do, yeah. But Pops is no spring chicken, and the spring chicken just scrapes the wall a little bit there. Maybe you heard me and let me the bird there. Lamb up to 6th. What a great run. Brian never giving up, never giving in. Getting the rhythm now. Patient. Another guy that basically started sim racing at this league has worked himself into a pro driver. Barry Bond still in 7th, fighting hard. Obviously, he doesn't need to spin again and bring out the caution, because that would probably be the 2-incident rule and the curtains for him. Might as well go for it.
And I am back. Now, I don't know why Lamb is still a lap down. Shouldn't he have been the lucky dog last time?
Showing Lamb, he is in P6.
Yeah, he's back in the lucky dog spot, but I think there was a missed opportunity last caution there.
No lucky dog in the channel for Slim. I don't know if that means
because Lamb was not involved in it.
A mistake there.
I'm afraid Lamb might have lost out there. He might have even not realized it was him.
Well, it's very tough for these admins to race and also do the lucky dog. That's one of the reasons why we didn't do it for years. But
yeah, I can attest to that. But it's really only difficult when it's new, because you're just so used to not doing it.
That's
I have it programmed into my mouse. There's a macro that fills most of it out, and then my mouse is it's one designed for MMO gaming, so it has a full number pad on the side of it, and I hit the macro for the lucky dog, fill in the number, and then all I have to do is hit enter as soon as the green flag drops.
This looks like Lamb his entry is a little wide and starting to struggle a little bit with the handling of that car. I'm a little worried about that's better this lap. About him getting too outside and then going too in and spinning there. But move on here.
Yeah,
Bob
meanwhile,
Dixon has made some hay there, and Slim has gotten by the 6 car as once again Tire Dag
I was
looks
gonna
like
say,
an issue. This would have been about the time they would have stopped. So, question is, they're going to have to stop one more time. Is Slim going to split it in half, or probably not? What he's going to do is probably run it out and if there's another caution.
meanwhile, I got another message from Dog. He says Pops used to have morning coffee with Moses, and we are gonna tell him you said that, Dog. Yeah, Milt, you sound as bad as I do. Don't tell me you're getting sick too.
No, I just smoke too much. You know?
Okay. Well, there you go. That must be what I was. I was trying to get sick and sound like Milt, but it just doesn't work.
It just gives me that very unsexy, dirty old white guy voice, you know.
Yeah, I started coming down sick the first day that the day the kids finished school, and I was like, shoot, kids been off school and I'm already losing my voice after one day, and that's not even from yelling at them.
Well, you know, it's got to be frustrating for the veteran Mark DeCinza, just used to, and I remember the same kind of frustration for me back in the day when I was winning a lot of races, but I get the short tracks and it's just like, what's going on here? You know, I can't will myself to move forward. It's just grinding those tires off, you know. So subtle too, you know.
Yeah, well, Mark's won quite a bit around the league this season so far, so maybe he really wants the Friday night, but yeah, he's kicking butt in the other divisions. I know I don't have much chance of catching him in the trucks after some missed opportunities the last couple weeks, and
Well,
I know he's leading the Grand Nationals, I believe.
And Mark in another league. My guy Dan Smith that originally me, him, and Dan were the 3 guys that kind of got FSB going and racing, and I would go over there and run, and Dan would say, you know, I got this cocky guy, you know, he wins everything. Why don't you come over here and kick his ass, you know? And I'd come over, and first of all, he wasn't cocky, he was cool. Second of all, I couldn't kick his butt, you know. I was like, Dan, this guy's good, man. This guy can win anywhere, you know. And
He can.
when CC Racing disbanded, found his way here, and it's been here ever since. Things starting to get spread out again. You know, each time you have these runs and then you got to bring it again, so easy, either push too hard or not push hard enough. They have had rhythm in that first run before the first caution. Every time there's you get out of your rhythm, that's what makes Slim Jim so great, is he just gets right back into that, turns it on like a switch. And believe me, folks, this is hard to do.
Absolutely. And, man, if Ryan Johnson was closer, I'd say he had a chance to roll the dice and split this last run.
Yeah, you'd have to hope there would be no cautions, and at least until Slim had to pit.
But right now, you know, the tire deg, like you like to say.
So they say it in Europe. Degradation.
Degradation.
Here in Nashville, they say my tires are wearing out, dadgummit.
Anyway, his his dadgun tires have only worn off about half a second at this point. So it's you know, Ryan Johnson being, how far back is he now? Ryan Johnson's 7 seconds back. Yeah, he's not going to be able to cut into that by short pitting. So I'd say everybody on the lead lap has just got to run it out as long as they can.
Exactly, stay the course.
In fact, if I'm Ryan Johnson sitting there in P2, I'm going to try and run longer than Slim in this run and hope that he gets caught out on a caution.
Very smart. That's got really nothing to lose there as you're making hay on P3.
Exactly. Well, him and Dixon are right there, about 0.3 apart.
Ken Hansen had run so well, and it just kind of fell apart for him. Just the luck of the draw there.
I'll switch over to that battle for second and third there. Again, Bob Dixon is having himself a good run. Looks like he figured out something on that first run. Was fortunate enough to catch the caution just right and not go a lap down with the cars that pitted. And he's slugging it out, and looks like Ryan got a little push loose there.
Right behind him is Pops Marguson. Very steady run for him. Pops tends to qualify really good, and then sometimes it doesn't go his way, but tonight it's just very, very smooth. Over time, drivers always work on their craft, you know. Definitely in a really good rhythm here. Let's see if he can keep that up.
Yeah, Pops can take care of tires too. So those races sometimes play into his hand, as Bob Dixon did not do himself any favors there, smoking the tires going into 3. Something that you gotta remember is that those tires are providing grip for all the functions of the car, and that includes braking. And as the tires wear, the car doesn't brake as much, and he probably just got a little too hard on them, trying to slow it down.
Bob's closing in on Bob Dixon, and also Rick Piscardo closing in. We got a big time racer, and they're not that far from Ryan Johnson.
No, they're all right there. I can throw a blanket over them in this race for second. This is where the action is, so this is where we're gonna stay. Because Slim is stinking up the show, as Bill France used to say. And Ken Hansen, still 2 laps down, but he's also knocking on the door of that group.
Come on, Pops.
Meanwhile,
Pops
Brian Lamb,
a little bit lower line than the other guys. Seems to be working for him with tire wear, because he's really lasting long in these runs.
yeah, Brian Lamb has fallen into the sights of our leader, Jim Gately, again. About to go 2 laps down.
Barry Bond gets out of the way. Very, very good move there.
Yeah, especially when you know you've got an INSEE on your ticket for the night. And oh!
Scotter might have made contact with Pops there and had to stab the brakes. Lost momentum, but nice save.
Good job by everybody there, not turn that into a
sticker pecker right there.
Brian Lamb hits the pits. Not the night he was looking for, but this should be his last stop if all else goes to plan, going to green, yeah. But I don't know if that's gonna help him any at this point.
If they're splitting this stuff in half, they're probably going to go another 10 laps or so before they do that. They want to try to get advantage of tires.
I think we went green. We went green with what, like 83 something laps to go, and we were seeing cars run 60. So yeah, this is the split point. If that's what Lamb is doing, I still think he should have been on the lead lap. I think he missed the lucky dog.
Yeah, well, that Slim typed no lucky dog, so that could mean several things. Considering he was trying to drive at the same time, could have mean he made a mistake, or we'll have to find out after the race.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and watch. Maybe Perry was in the lucky dog spot when he spun. I was convinced that it was Lamb who was in the spot. But
Connor
I could be wrong.
Pressure on Pops, and Pops gives him the spot. No, he doesn't. They're fighting side by side. Going to roll the dice next.
Well, with this much of a gap,
for third place, and Bisconnor biding his time now has got by 2 cars.
yeah, he's just picking his way through this pack.
PP3.
It doesn't make sense being half a lap down, away from being lapped already, for anybody to try and do the split at this point, because you're not going to gain that much. I suppose maybe if you're the last car in the lead lap, maybe if you're in Pop's spot there, pitting now might get you second place if it all cycles through, but none of them's going to make a race-winning move by short pitting right now.
Yeah, and you're right there. You can see everybody in front of you. You still want to do what they're going to do, I think. Oh, boy, Ryan Johnson gets loose. And Bisconnor on the outside makes the outside pass. STP.
Oh,
Racers,
coming right back.
Side by side again. Ryan says, I don't think so. Gets a little apron there, and they touch.
They just barely didn't.
Oh, Ryan would rather be wearing blue jeans than an apron right now. And I don't think so, fella. Oh, there comes Bisconnor again.
Meanwhile, here comes Brian Lamb on those fresh tires.
Fresh tires.
Right in the mix.
Bisconnor. Wow. Great racing there by Rick. Richard Petty's, that core's running real good right now.
If you don't like the looks of your car, shoot it.
Wow,
the old STP son of a gun.
60 Barry Bond is bidding.
Yeah, he had just gotten lapped again by race leader Slim Jim Gately.
Rick tried to give Lamb the spot, but then Lamb kind of overdrove it. Definitely slowing Rick down here a little bit. Even though he's pulling away from...
but you can see with those 4 freshies, the 09 just powered right back around and he's gone.
Oh, looks like the 99 car's going really low. He's about to get lapped here. Something happened with Pops there. Still in P4, but that car is really struggling. And Perry Bond has retired. Climbing out of the car, Barry Bond.
That's a rough night. A lot of things just didn't go his way, and better luck next time.
Taking a look, looks like Perry has chose not to talk to reporters after. Pops in the 21s now. 9 car of Ken Hansen down pit road. Agonizingly slow. But makes the pass easy and pads his lead. These guys gonna do? They're gonna try to make it all the way, or you're gonna lose time if you can't.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone can make it all the way.
I don't think so. Bill Farmer up to 6th place there. What's he gonna do? And he scrapes the wall.
Pops is currently only 1 lap down. So he's in the lucky dog spot there in 4th place.
99 of Pops Marguson is pitting.
Well, there we go.
Scotch Blue Ford.
We got Rick Bisconer in the pits. This is pretty close to the window we expected.
Exactly. This has fought his way back to P5. But what's he going to do? Is he going to try to run it the rest of the way? Probably can't either.
Mark DeSenza's, yeah, he's in 5th now through lap down cars pitting, but he's used his stuff up. He's going to have to be in soon too.
Donner exiting pit. Slim still running 20.7s. Huge lead. Gotta figure he's gonna stop pretty soon.
Yeah, he can afford.
Exactly.
He can afford to run this thing bone dry, absolutely as long as it can go out there, because he's got such a huge lead. Yeah, because if he pits and Ryan stays out, Ryan still gets him at least a lap, if not 2, down. Then a caution flag could change everything.
That's exactly what's on Ryan's mind. He's still watching leader. What's he gonna do?
Leader and his teammate. Oh, here's Slim. Slim's pitting. So, yeah, if I'm Ryan Johnson, got nothing to lose staying out.
Slim Jim Gately down pit road.
Ryan Johnson should go by to pick up a point.
They throw some water and a Slim Jim in there, give him a little bit of energy, finish this race. 20 laps to go. 4 freshies for the leader. Racing against this guy throughout the years when he's in this mode. Luck.
Wait a minute, there's only 10 to go. Is Ryan Johnson gonna make it?
10 to go.
I think Ryan's trying to make it.
There's 10 to go. Down. Wow. I was thinking 210, man. Got about 5 or 6 Budweisers here. We're starting to get skewed a little bit.
I've only had half a glass of wine.
Well, you got to catch up, bro.
Gotta pace myself. I'm sick.
Yeah, it definitely is.
So Slim is on the tail end of the lead lap. He's not a lap down. That's how much that lead bought him. I'm pretty sure.
Power in the booth here. We didn't think about somebody trying to make it all the way.
Well, I think we knew it was a possibility because we weren't sure. Yeah, we weren't quite sure how accurate that garage reading was. You know, on how much fuel you could run.
Especially if you start lifting, or clutching.
Yeah, if he saved from the get-go, he might be able to do this. And I'm thinking it might not have been necessarily about the fuel, but the tires. And maybe the tires weren't lasting the full run, and that's why they pitted at 60 laps before.
Well, you had to think that Slim would have had a pretty good idea what Ryan was going to do.
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe he didn't believe it was going to work if it did do it.
But it happens, you know. Beat Matt Watkins running out of fuel at Homestead, and all he could say after was, "Can't believe that. There's no way." Don't you know who I am? I'm Matt Watkins.
Hey, my first FSB Cup win.
Say that, you know,
First FSB Cup win was when I couldn't believe Ed Kerstetter pitted at Pocono so late in the race, and I stayed out. And then I just drove like I stole it as he tore through the field, but just couldn't quite get there. And yeah, talk about beating a heck of a driver for your first win. You know, sometimes even the best don't make the right call, or they make, you know, they don't think the call's gonna work.
We're coming up on 2 laps to go, and the 59 is trying to make it.
Son of a gun! I think he's gonna do it. I mean, he can. Although he's going so slow, Slim is already only 8 seconds back. As Ryan Johnson is looking at the white flag. White flag in the air.
22.189. Just cruising. Is he going to make it?
Man, at this point, I think if he just gets into the middle.
Be pounding right now.
Slim's on the same straightaway as him.
Here comes Slim Jim Gately, but it's not going to be enough.
It's not. He did it.
Bloody! Woo! The 23 car dominating all night, and he just got snookered by about. Look at that. He's right behind him there.
Ryan Johnson just snookered not only the field but the booth. What a strategy call.
You're actually the smart guy, you know. So. And he's about to burn him off.
He's got enough fuel to burn it out, maybe. Just maybe.
Come on, there you go. Get some. Poke him if you got him. Brothers Body and Paint.
I think he's out of gas.
And he's out of gas.
He's out
done.
of gas. And done.
Wow. Well, you know, these races they ebb and flow. It's just like a NASCAR race, you know. You kind of, you know, that's what's cool about stage racing now. At least it kind of gives you a little. But then at the end, these drivers never disappoint. And wow. He just beat a heck of a field, and that's a great win right there.
Yeah, so your final order here.
Ecstatical.
Ryan Johnson with an average speed of 94 miles per hour. Slim Jim Gately 2.5 seconds back. He was coming hard. One more lap, and this goes a different way.
I think so.
Second place. Rick Visconer in third. Great run for the 43 car. Also on the lead lap, 8 seconds back. And Pops Margison sneaking in there with 4th place in the 99 car. First car lap down.
Boy, Pops.
Bill Farmer, top 5, representing Jersey. Good run for the 06. Mark DeCenzo with his... couldn't overcome getting caught out on that first pit stop. He brings it home 6th, matching his car number. Brian Lamb persevered for a 7th place there. Bob Dixon in 143 in 8th. Ken Hansen matches his car number again with the 9th.
For Bob's Dixon, because he was right there, had a chance at the podium, but you got to take away that he had a heck of a run. Just that last stop just didn't work out for him.
Yeah, and then we got retirees of Ken Hansen, Perry Bond, and Will Farmer to round out the field tonight. So heck of a race. Man, I didn't know what to expect heading into this track. I hadn't actually seen a race here in quite some time.
That's why we love racing. You never know. You figured, not as big a field as we're probably going to see next week at Talladega, and what's going to happen? All these guys are going to run away with it, and guess what? Fuel saving, great tire management, great driving. It's Ryan Johnson. His son is at home there. Him and Mom are jumping up and down, and I'm sure Dog is like, I told you so. I told you so, monster. Told you so. Oh, let's grab these bad boys.
Absolutely. We got the winner screen. Came up on my laptop, but not my desktop, so I don't know why that happened.
Yeah,
but I got it up there now.
One of these tracks
It's funky like that.
you like that.
No, I think, you know what it is? I think Jim Ray said he had it figured out. If you're in the replay when it switches over, it drops you out, and if you're not, you get the picture. So that's what it was. I had my laptop out of the replay screen. Alright, yeah, go grab those guys.
I don't.
User left your channel.
Oh man, Ryan Johnson, you sly son of a gun. I said in the broadcast there, you'll hear it later when you watch, I said that Ryan Johnson just snookered the field and the booth with that run. Hell of a job, buddy.
You know, I appreciate that. That was, it was just, I started saving fuel from that last restart on, and was able just to save just enough, and even tires, because tires were getting very thin on the right front, but yes.
Yeah, we noticed that on the first run that cars came in about 60 laps. Now, was that for tires, or that must have been for tires, not for fuel? If you went 80-something laps.
Right.
User joined your channel.
Tires, I think tires went quicker than the fuel would go. And like I was just talking down there in the other channel, that run not long, after Slim started pulling away, I thought, well, I'm going to try and save enough fuel to make it, and then we'll see where the tires go. And I was letting off at the start-finish line, and then on the backstretch, letting off, there was a caution light midway down the backstretch. I was just letting off and coasting in. And really, everyone was kind of following suit with me until Bisconer got up there. I know you're in here now, Rick.
Yeah.
He passed me. But Bob was staying behind me, so I thought maybe Bob was going to be able to do the same thing I was, because he's really good at doing the same thing, and was just able to stay out, and everyone else pitted. I didn't have to, so it was still close. Slim was gaining on me. I really let off the last 3 or 4 laps just to make sure I didn't wear out my right front, but it worked out.
Well, that has got to go down as the call of the season. Hell of a job, Ryan. Congrats again.
Appreciate that.
All right, and we got the professor, the admin, the points leader, Slim Jim. Man, we thought you had him covered tonight. Tell us about your run.
Well, I thought I had them covered too, but I realized kind of at the last minute toward the end of the race that I figured out what Ryan was doing. I really wasn't even thinking saving fuel all the way. And so I debated big time on taking 4 or 2. But my tires, at this track, you're so apt to going down to the turns, smoke that left front tire breaking, and you do that at least once, if sometimes twice a lap going down the turn. So
yeah, we saw several cars light them up going in there.
Yeah. So I kind of cooked my left front tire, so that pretty much made my decision for me. I felt like if I only took 2, there was no way I could have ran anywhere. I couldn't have ran very hard because I'd have probably blown the left front even in that last, we had 7 or 8 laps left after that last run.
Yeah, I mean, you were on the same straightaway there. If that went 1 lap, either on fuel or just at speed, you would have had them. So, yeah, that was mighty close, and a razor-thin call that you had to make right there, live in the cockpit.
Yep, I want to give a big congrats to Ryan, man, because that's a hell of a win, man. And
Absolutely.
I'm proud of my teammate, man. Hell of a job, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, throw those points back up there. Have you updated it yet, Slim?
I have.
Yeah, so
I didn't.
That's the current point standings then, and you got Slim Jim up 23 points on Mark DeCenza, with Rick Bisconer 1 point back in 3rd place there. And Ryan jumps up 2 to 4th place.
Hey, I want to clarify something. You guys probably wondered about that. I think the first restart we had, where I had that bad takeoff. Well, I was trying to fix the lucky dog thing, and then I forgot I was riding around in 3rd gear when we took the green. That's what caused all that.
Yeah, we saw. Yeah, Mark took off. We thought you were just letting him get ahead so he could, get in position to get a lap if a quickie caution came out or something.
Nope, that's all it was, man. I guess that was my first time doing the lucky dog at a short track, and I didn't have as much time to do it, and I just totally forgot I was in 3rd gear.
And yeah, I must say, Slim gave me my lap back. I would have been the dog under the 1 caution.
Exactly.
It wouldn't have mattered, but I do appreciate that, Slim. So
yeah, we noticed that going a couple times.
I was either going to be the dog, or he let me pass and let someone else have the dog. It just didn't work out for the other dog. I think under that situation.
Yeah.
I'd do it again, Ryan.
I appreciate that.
Rick.
Yes, sir.
Gunner.
How about that? What a great
Hey,
drive.
I'll take it.
Great battle there with about 5 cars there with Bob, and eventually you just kind of wore him and Pops out there.
Yeah, it was a good run right there, and car seemed to be real good on a long run. I was hoping that closer there at the end.
I thought you were going to make it on the fuel and tires. I didn't think you were going to have to pit.
4 laps short.
So,
well, anything can happen here, as the points are still pretty close.
yeah, Slim's got about a race worth of lead over 2nd and 3rd, but 2nd and 3rd are only separated by a point. Man, Slim just has to miss 1 week to turn this into another fight like last season.
He usually does.
I'm trying not to.
Yeah,
well, I hope so.
We hate that. Well, I hate that because we know how many championships you could have won, but
absolutely.
I know you don't care about that, but because you're a selfless guy, But as a broadcaster, I need to mention that because you do give to the league and you give to your family and put life first. So
absolutely,
we'd love to see you win a championship.
Slim's been generous with his time, not only as an admin but as a mentor to many drivers, past and present around here. And yeah, we definitely want to see you bring home some hardware.
Yep, I do too.
All right, well, you're well on your way. We're 7 races in now. We got just 5 more to go. 5 more to go. Crapshoot at Talladega next week. So you got yourself a nice cushion. And yeah, got Riverside to come up too. What's the rest of the schedule look like here?
I really want to run that, man. It all depends on work, but y'all might be seeing me broadcasting and trying to drive that.
Yeah,
thing,
the week after next, I might have to be racing over at Sean Reap's house in New Jersey because I'll be in New Jersey.
I hear you.
Yeah, you'll
On my way
be a
home.
couple hours from my house in New Jersey. You're in me Atlantic City, bud.
Yeah, I know.
You're closer to my sister down there than to me.
I'll have
She's
to
in
come up to
Marlton.
your house. Yeah, I'm still working on that. I've got my backup computer, my backup wheel that's going to go with me. I just don't know how it's going to work out yet for that week. But I'm going to try and hit as many races as I can. Hopefully this will be the obstacle.
Well, yeah, my plan is to broadcast all of them, and so next week, as mentioned, we got Talladega, the big crapshoot, Super Speedway, Riverside 1970 on the 13th, Friday the 13th on a road course. Slim, that was by design, wasn't it?
That was per Ken Readers. I think it's his last name, Reader, right?
Hanson?
Hanson. I'm thinking of a guy from a prior league.
Oh my God!
I swear, just an old guy from another league.
Yeah, I was saying Friday the
But
13th on a road course.
there,
That's a heck of a name.
Hey, watch out.
Atlanta 97, which is always pretty hot. Dover and Lowe's Night to close it out on August 3rd.
Let me tell you, Slim is a hell of a road racer too. So don't expect him to take that week off. You
I
better
wouldn't
watch
expect
out.
him to take a week off any of them.
I'm
I'll
watching.
be there.
You know what I'm
Trust
watching?
me.
I'm watching for Lamb at Riverside. I'm gonna call it now. I want to see Lamb pull one out. First Friday win. Riverside, California, the hometown track.
That's the one.
I raced
All
there
right, you hear
in
that?
years.
You hear that, Lamb? You're on the spot. Don't let me down, buddy.
So I got to be on the spot too, because I've already said during the broadcast that if I can get home long enough, early enough, depending on work, get a few laps. I'm
You
gonna
need to
run
make it
that.
happen, Bill.
I'm gonna run and broadcast at the same time. What the hell?
All
Do it.
right.
Should be interesting.
Should be a fun finish to the season here. Good show tonight, guys. Once again, you surprised the broadcasters, and that's why we do this thing. That's why we run all 200 laps. And good show, guys. Catch you next week. And thanks for joining us, Dog, there in the chat. Everybody say hi to Dog Palmer.
Yeah, love you, dog.
Rough. I didn't know he was here.
Woof. Yeah, he was watching in the chat on YouTube.
Hey,
Blast.
thanks for the broadcast, you guys. That makes it awesome.
Yep.
Thanks,
Ditto.
Ray.
Hey, it would just be a blank screen without you guys. So thank you. And
That
for
was the
Milton
show.
Jr., I'm Sean Reap. Good night, everybody.
Later.
User left your channel. User left your channel.